You know when you're ready, John?
Okay, as soon as it starts live streaming, we're good. Okay. Sorry.
No.
We're good.
We're good, okay. So we'll call the meeting to order for Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District. Today's Wednesday, January 15th. The time is 4:05 p.m. We're conducting it here in person in room 202 of the College of Natural and Applied Sciences room at UOG, as well as online. So Marty, Yvonne, please, can you do the roll call?
Yes. Chairperson Michael Uggen,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Glenn Takai,
I guess he's excused off island.
he is fine.
Yeah.
District Director Yvonne Manglotna-Waneza, present. District Director Martha Tenorio, present. District Director Dr. Glenn Dula,
Yeah, I believe he's attending that,
the biosecurity.
yeah, the training, so he's excused too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
So for staff present, District Administrator Erica Pangilinan,
Present.
Conservation Technician Madeline Flores, present. Program Support Specialist John Tanuvasa,
Present.
Project Director Geraldine Datwin, present.
okay, so we do have a quorum though, right?
Yes.
Three is our quorum, so we can proceed from there. Let me see where we're at.
How about Chad?
Huh?
Mr. President?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
sorry, I thought,
We also have a. Sorry, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Chad Richardson with USDA Wildlife Services.
Thank you.
so we'll move down to item number 2, and welcome Chad to our meeting.
Thank you, Mike.
I
Appreciate it.
think in our discussion, you're wanting to be more proactive as far as attending our meetings and stuff, so you're welcome anytime,
Correct, appreciate that.
okay? So item number 2 is acceptance of the meeting agenda. We need a motion,
I move that we accept the agenda as presented.
I
okay,
second.
second. Okay, any other comments, suggestions, changes? If not, without any objection, so move. Okay, move on to number 3, approval of the minutes for December 18, 2024 meeting. We need a motion to approve that. Did you guys review it was sent out, and I believe you have a copy, right?
Yes. Okay, yeah, so I go ahead and make the motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I second.
Okay. Any changes or any other discussions on the minutes? Nothing, so without objection, so move. Thank you. Okay, moving on to number 4, treasurer's report.
All righty.
Martha?
That would be me. Just to go over what's in our accounts, starting with the general fund, there is, we have 117,114.77. In the stress grant account, $1,970.49. The TA 2023 account, $11,111.89. GACD TA 2020 account, $23,858.90. Feral swine account, $4,453.56. And in the savings account, $1.20. See. There is a request for the board to approve recruitment of professional services in order to complete the 2024 taxes and to review the 2023 filed taxes for employees. And so,
Need a motion
Yeah.
to approve the professional services.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report and approve the professional services.
second,
Okay. Any other comments? Nothing? So without objection, so move, thank you.
and also to note that Erica will be distributing the 1099s for the board members and will file taxes by January 31st.
Okay, thank you for that, Martha. Moving on to number 5, USDA's NRCS District Conservation Report. I believe Jay is sick, but John is gonna report. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay,
okay, so we're moving through the first round of applications. There's about 63 total. From the north and the south, it seems like 57 made it into the first round. There was 6 that didn't make it through the first round. They're gonna provide me, Maddie and Savannah with training on how to use their system. They were waiting for everyone to get their link passes. And they're also Jay's also working on the CPA 52 training for me, Jara and Maddie, I think. Overall, it's going good. Yeah, overall, it's going good.
so the one you said there's 50 some, how was that?
I think there was 63 applications. And then 57 made it through.
And that was for Equip and
CSP.
And, yeah.
It's a little bit of, some of them applied for both, so
Both,
it's,
okay.
yeah.
and how many didn't make it, you said? 3?
Yeah, because I'm just going off the folders, that I work in,
Yeah.
it said 6 didn't make it through the first round.
Was there any reason?
I don't know exactly why, but it's,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I think that we should, well, you guys being there, right, can figure out, see what were the issues and all that, so we can maybe address that and help them.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Or
talk
maybe
to,
for the future or whatever,
Yeah.
however that could be.
it was, I didn't know I was gonna present, the status over there until this morning when I found out Jay was sick, and they actually asked me to come in. So, I'll get that information.
No, it's okay, but what I'm thinking is that we don't wanna just say, okay, they didn't qualify or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Cause I had that experience myself like several times,
I think they're moving on to the second. I don't know if it's that they didn't qualify or that just,
yeah.
it was a bottleneck type thing. I'm not sure
Oh, okay.
exactly what happened on
Yeah.
that. But I've done everything, that they're
Mhm.
asking me to do over there. I feel like it's going good on that part of it.
Okay,
Agree, like especially with the southern members too, giving an explanation to why, they didn't move forward. Like, I think we need to find out why, so.
yeah. Then we can try to help them work through it. Yeah. Yeah, cause in the past, they just left you,
Oh, okay.
then for yourself kind of thing, but us, we wanna be more active in that
Okay.
recruitment, right? So we will help them. If there's a waiting or, whatever the issue is. If it's possible, okay. Thank you for that, John. Moving on to number 6 is Southern District membership update.
Oh, yes, so I emailed the directors the spreadsheet. And so there's 12 new members, on there, you guys can look through it and make your approval.
This, Tayama,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So we do need a motion to approve these, new members to our district, and approve the initiatives, okay.
The initiative status.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yes.
in regards to the initiative, Madeline has informed that Dr. Galabi has retired. So, we're hoping that Mark was going to be present, but Mark is also sick. out sick. But we do need to figure out, being that Dr. Galabi is retired, the status of our soil health initiative. So we're unsure if we can get a proper analysis of the soil testing at this moment or until the position has filled. So we'll keep the board posted on that. But right now, I think being with our all of our members, we are backlogged in getting them their
Oh.
analysis. So correct me if I'm wrong, Maddie, but we've been kind of having a hard time. I mean, submitting the soil tests are isn't like no issue, but
Yeah,
getting the
just-
analysis has been a difficult journey.
So he's the one that actually did the actual
He's
testing?
the only one qualified to do
Oh,
like the in-depth testing, and it's not.
oh, wow. You just got that biochar thing going.
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't even tell us. It's okay. I don't know.
So, but
So
we will approve the membership, right?
Mhm.
correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. So we need a motion.
I will go ahead and make that motion to approve the
The new members.
new members as listed in that
Spreadsheet.
spreadsheet. Thank you.
Okay,
I second.
thank you. Any other comments? Maddie, John, you guys worked on it. Is there everything good to go? Or who?
Maddie
Maddie?
did a lot of it, yeah, she all of it, I mean, so
Okay.
since I started MRC, she's been doing it.
Yeah. So Maddie, where does that put our listing at? 12. That's a great number.
We have 22 now. Good. There's still more. It's just a matter of getting their lot verified as being an owner or a lessee. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you,
guys,
Maddie.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, man. This is something we've been trying to get going for a long time, so appreciate that. So without any objection, so move, we have, how many is it, 12 new members on this one?
All right.
Okay, thank you. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, moving on to old business, NGLI, Erica, I guess Glenn is not gonna be here, right? So.
Yes, he's not going to be, I mean, we won't have an update, but I guess the only update is that he is graduating. He did have a successful presentation. And yeah, he'll be on his way as the first NGLI member from Guam to graduate.
Yeah. We seem to have a lot of firsts going on
Yeah.
here. Well, that's gonna be nice. Anyways. That thing will be presented during the annual meeting, so it's
Yes.
gonna be great. Perfect. So move on to B, which is the 2025 NACD annual meeting. Confirm the attendees, and approve the travel reports.
Okay, so I know we have an update in who will be attending the NACD meeting. Travel reports are still a work in progress, but they will be sent to the board. So I know Chairman, I know you have an update in regards to the NACD annual meeting.
Yeah, so I am skipping out on that meeting.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a lot going on that I need to deal with, so a lot, doing some renovation and stuff on my home, so we're like moving out. So the contractors can come in, do their thing and all that, so it's gonna be through the next February, March and whatever else it takes, so there's a lot of that. Plus, I am actively building up my farm activity more, so that's, yeah, I have grants on that and I need to make sure I get that going, so. Among my own priorities as far as my farm, so, yeah. I just gotta do it now.
That's
Just
okay.
gotta do it, so.
I feel like you've given so much of your personal time
Yeah,
over the, how many years? And so
Yeah.
it's
well,
perfectly.
I never thought I would say I'm tired a little bit of traveling, but this last year has been really,
Yeah.
taxing on me.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
If you need to donate miles,
so that means then, so who would be going on the trip then? Who's?
So Erica, you have the actual listing. I know Glenn Takai,
Mhm.
Martha,
Mhm.
you're not going,
I'm
right?
not.
And then. No, I'm, wait, this
Madden.
Maggie
Myself and Mark.
and you and Mark, right? Erica and Mark.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, so there's
That's all right.
one, two directors, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And three staff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that
We'll
man,
miss you on this trip.
I know, I
but
was
it's
gonna
okay.
say that.
It's a
we got-
well-deserved break.
But this is like the wrong time to do it because this annual meeting, I think we are just going above and beyond
Yeah.
what we've been
And then-
doing, which is a lot already. We got the NGLI thing, we
Mhm.
got our new TA grants, we got our breakout session.
Yeah.
This is my second term also, starting in this annual meeting
Right.
is my second term as a executive board. So, and I'm sure there's other things there that, but you guys are gonna be freezing though up there, so.
Where are you guys going?
You,
Salt
Salt Lake
Lake
City.
When?
It's a,
Next month.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be cold.
yeah,
You're gonna be cold.
But I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just hope you guys really will be successful and have a great trip, so good for that. And then Erica's always the backbone in all the trips.
yep,
So she'll keep us all, or you guys all focused.
yes.
Right, Erica?
Yes, yes, we have a lot of work to do. So I don't know.
So,
Um,
you guys have the breakout session, so that will be
Yeah.
something that you guys prioritize, right? So that, help each other there, get that done, and then, of course, there's always gonna be time to enjoy, so, yeah.
Okay. We'll miss you, but we will definitely,
I'll be proud.
represent Guam to the
Yeah.
best of our abilities,
Yep.
as always. And not just Guam, Southern Guam,
Yeah,
soil and water.
okay, so, where are we at? This, also we're not voting on the travel, right, Erica? We
That was
already
already-
did that?
No. Yeah, we
Yeah.
already did it.
Yeah.
But definitely, I know I said travel reports, but the travel authorization
Yeah.
that maps out per diem and all of that will be sent via email.
Okay,
Mhm.
so as part of this, also let me see, you guys are aware of the breakout session, but we also have the resolution, so the Pacific region did vote to accept our resolution, so they're the one who's actually gonna present the resolution to the main board. So it'll be under the Pacific region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hopefully they'll give us an honorable mention or something, no, but so it shows we have the confidence and the support of the entire Pacific region for that resolution, so. That's a big thing too. We got a resolution in there that will directly impact all the islands and insular and outer states. If it goes through, so that will be there. Okay, and then we also have the auction donation. Martha, do you have anything on?
So of course, with a donation, we always try to get something that, we save money and then bring it there. So I do have, I'm hoping that as far as the directors are concerned, if you're able to donate any of your honey or Director Takai with his doni. Myself, I'm planning to donate some of my reading pieces, especially my jewelry that I've been making. But if we also are interested in adding to that, I was looking at some local artwork and for example, there's the quilts that they make with Guam scenes on them, like turtle or the Guam.
Oh, quilts are popular back
Yeah.
there for that.
But those average about $130 to $150. I just, if you give me a budget of what we're willing to spend, I can keep it within that budget.
Mhm.
So that's up to us. And I won't necessarily, that doesn't necessarily mean that if you give me a budget of $5,000, I will use all of that. But my recommendation is if you can give me at least a budget of, let's say $100, I can definitely work with $100. And then,
I thought it was 200.
well, yeah, but
You wanna do 200?
200 is okay? And then I'll just keep it below that. Is that okay?
I think 200's been like the average in past. what we-
Okay.
So make a motion to approve that, the budget for the auction donations.
I make a motion to approve the auction donation for the amount of $200
Okay,
at the annual meeting next month.
Second.
and there's no objection, so moved.
Thank you,
That's good.
everybody.
So Chad,
And I
you know,
promise I
just
would do
to-
my best to
yeah.
keep it way below that.
On a-
Beautiful.
On
Yeah.
the meetings, we have these silent auction things there. It's a fundraiser. It
Gotcha.
supports. So like the earlier one, we talked about Glenn's, the NGLI, that's a training, right, for all these board members,
Okay,
for new guys. So that money helps with that kind of stuff,
gotcha.
things like that. So the auctions can get very rowdy and exciting. There's all kinds of things there.
Where do you have the auctions? At
It-
At the meeting,
So they have
yeah.
both
The
a
main-
silent auction
yeah.
and then the
Yeah,
regular one,
yeah.
but both of them, we tried to participate in it because it just brings such a positive.
Yeah.
At the NACD meeting?
Yes,
Yeah, they
yeah.
auction like actual equipment.
Yeah.
Equipment, like
Oh,
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a Dyson.
And so we
air vac.
donate items to be part of that, and
Right, right.
all of that is just
We have a
again,
big, they
brings
usually have a big
positive,
exhibition room
reflection
where they
onto our
can see
island.
it all.
very nice.
800 people.
yeah.
Wow.
The first one that we did was that, the curb, what do you call that? I had,
Sickle?
for, used for skinning and all that. What do you call that again?
A sickle.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
no,
it's
no,
like
this
about like
is
a
for
skinny
like
one.
hunting, it's
Yeah.
like a hunting
And it
knife
has
thing,
that deer
yeah.
antler
Yeah,
attached.
yeah.
Oh, so nice.
That's cool.
That thing, I forgot how much it was, like, I think they said $500,
Yeah,
right? Or something.
definitely.
It went over five.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
Yeah,
skinny.
They-
it's over 5.
I'll tell you, they really go
Yeah.
for locally made items and things that are like culturally
And of course, your
represented.
presentation is key too,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
for that first one, we had a stand for it and everything. We had a leather case, all that. And then we had just a big presentation thing, and then we've always done, Martha's very good at
Yeah.
that kind of skill, so she.
Like even just like with his honey
Oh, yeah.
and then my baskets
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
goes.
all the proceeds for those donations go into the big group, or do you get some of that back?
No, we don't get.
No, that goes for
That goes-
for like these things that. we-
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So
Okay.
it's nice. And then they have a big exhibition room where you can go around and see
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
things. So, yeah.
In
Okay.
fact, Director Yvonne won one of those silent auctions
Oh,
last time
yeah.
we were out
I didn't
there.
mean, I think someone raised their hand, but I ended up winning. It was a Dyson era,
Yeah.
but I got it for like $100. off
I have
the
yet to
time.
win anything on the silent auction, so I'm very disappointed in
Harvest
myself.
racing, I felt like I was gambling.
I have to take my wife
Yeah.
to any of those if we're gonna win anything. She's the lucky one.
Oh,
So
really?
she wins, we go to like pheasant banquets or duck banquets in the States, and the same thing, a lot of auctions, and a lot of
Yes.
silent
Yeah.
auctions, and they do guns and all kinds
Yeah,
of.
we have
Yes.
guns too.
Guns,
So us
gun
in
tape.
the executive board,
Oh, yeah.
we contributed for the guns, the rifle, I forgot what it was.
So my wife's not here currently, she's still in Nebraska. She texted me at the Pheasants Forever banquet 2 months ago, I just want a gun. But then there's a picture of her walking up, getting her gun, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
I
she
think
wins.
he was
She's-
warning you.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
a feral pig banquet.
Oh.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway.
In our 2026 Pacific Region meeting.
It's all
Okay.
good.
All
Okay,
right,
good.
thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, guys. Moving on to NACD Executive Board Member Training Report.
We received that, that's right.
Oh, Oh, that's the executive. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's the one. Yeah.
We need the motion to approve that.
Yes.
I was thinking of something else.
So I will go ahead and make the motion to approve the trip report as submitted.
Second.
Okay, without any objection, so move. Thank you.
Did you want to add anything on the side to that?
Uh,
You didn't get sick again?
I did get
Yeah.
sick. That was that's why I said that trip was in December.
Yeah.
And, it was really, really cold.
Yeah, a lot of bugs going around.
And I was walking around outside without any kind of facial
Mhm.
thing, and it really just got to me, and when I got back, I was like. So, yeah.
I think, Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yeah.
the only thing to add was that, the travel expenses were covered by NACD, especially the lodging. NACD covered the lodging. But Chairman was found in his records that he was charged. So just as a reminder to all the board members and all that's traveling is just to ensure you're double checking your records and charges. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure we're
Of
not
course.
getting any additional charges.
Right, just to have be on the lookout for those things, in case it's overlooked or
So
whatnot.
that will be added, right, to the reimbursement,
Yes. Mhm.
Erica? Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank
Overall,
you.
great job on that meeting, Mr. Chair. Thanks.
Yeah, wish we had some partners there too, the long trip.
Yeah.
Okay, and thanks for that, Erica.
Of course.
Yeah, okay, moving on, new business, 2025 annual CIS conference, educator symposium.
Alrighty, so I've been in communication with all of the directors regarding our efforts to revamp the educators symposium. So there is an opportunity to collaborate with the UOG Center for Island Sustainability Group during their annual conference to hold the educators symposium within. So how it would work is that we'd have 2 instructional days prior to the event, and then the teachers, a cohort, we're looking at establishing a cohort, maybe no more than 25 teachers or educators to attend the CIS conference. And then they would get the continuing education credits. So I'm currently in contact with Dr. Austin Shelton as well as Eloise Sanchez from DOE to get this program going. So I think it's a great approach. Instead of organizing a whole 3-day or 4-day event as done in the past, we'd have the speakers already there at the conference, and so that the educators can move about and then have all the information that they need to put together their lesson plans. So that way that they can present and receive the continuing education credits while learning about how to incorporate stewardship and soil and water conservation within their curriculum. So it is going to cost about $20,000, but we're going to leverage a lot of that through the grants that we currently have, and also recruiting some sponsorships. So just wanting to present that to the board to see if this is something we want to pursue. I think it's definitely possible and
So,
something that we wanted to do.
yeah, so is this Southerns or are we talking?
This is going to be a Southern sponsored
Okay.
hosted event in collaboration with UOG CIS. So
I would like to offer myself to take the lead on this along with
okay.
Erica. We've actually been talking about it already, and I'm very excited about having a part or helping out with
No, that-
promoting this. So if there's no objection to that, I would like to participate and to take the lead and work with Dr. Shelton, with Eloise, and of course with our Erica in making this happen for us.
Well, I don't think you have an objection from anybody here. So definitely,
Perfect. When is the conference?
So the conference is scheduled from April 7th through the 11th, I believe. Let me just double check. Yep, 7th through the 11th.
I believe
At the
so,
high-
yeah.
what's that? Oh, yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
usually have it there.
Um, I believe when I talked to the coordinator for CIS, they may be changing the venue. Not sure, they might be moving out of Hyatt, but I'll keep everyone posted. But they did want to make sure that we have ample space for our event. So, thank you, Director Martha, for volunteering your time again, since we had such a successful project that we just finished. So,
That was
Somebody's keeping busy.
amazing, by the way.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that's good that they're looking at possibly using a different hotel or place to hold their thing. Hyatt's been great, but you know, year in after year, right, of hope.
Right now, looking at their website, it is still saying that it will be at the Hyatt from April 7th to the 12th of 2025. And the theme is Solutions for Our Future.
Okay.
Nice.
So we do need the motion, right? Or did we
Yes,
already?
we need a motion to approve that we will be collaborating.
I would make a motion to approve the CIS collaboration and educators symposium event. With Martha as the lead. with Erica.
There you go. Okay, second,
Second.
okay, without any objection, so move. Thank you, and
Thank
thank
you,
you,
I'm
Martha, for
excited.
stepping up
This is
again.
gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
For our future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Chad, you can come to that too.
I feel like.
Sounds
Yeah.
like fun.
The other reason why I'm excited about this, just to let you know, is this is going to set that foundation of us collaborating with CIS, because we are going to be hosting the Pacific Region 2026 meeting here, and I'm hoping that in helping them with this, maybe they'll help us when it's our
Yeah.
turn to do our conference, so,
Definitely.
you know. We're,
Well, when you talk with them.
yes, exactly, we're hoping so. And also, if anything, at the very least, Miss Erica and I are going to get a lot of experience on how to put something like this
Yeah.
on our own together.
Well, that's good because I mean, think we really need to get moving on ours, on
Yeah.
that planning for the meeting, so. I know this is not part of this, Erica, but we do need to,
Yeah,
maybe in our next agenda, put that as one
yeah,
of our priority to discuss and to figure out how to collaborate with the Northern to get this done.
Okay, I will definitely add it to the agenda
Yeah,
for next meeting.
all right, thank you. And thank you for that again. So I know we skipped out on the CIS for what, 1 or 2 years, something, right?
no, just last year, I
Last
believe,
year,
was the
right?
only time
Only one, right?
but we still attended though,
Yeah. But we didn't
as-
wanna,
but
yeah.
not a sponsor.
So I think this is a better direction right here.
Yeah.
This is a very good,
Was that last year or the year before that we did a breakout session? Maybe the year
I
before.
believe the year before. Mhm.
Yeah.
The local working group.
Yes, that one, thank
Yep,
you.
Yep. Okay, okay, moving on to item B, GACD, TA 2020 grant. So. You know, this thing has been batted around already and you guys are aware of the issues with GACD, right? So anyways, you know, we were given that assurances of handling the grant funds because we were the ones who actually wrote it, meaning Erica.
Mhm.
And, you know, and anyways, there's a lot of back and forth about that. So what we're proposing here, we need an action to do a reimbursement of that, in the sum of, Erica, you wanna explain this?
Yes. So basically, as Chairman has mentioned, the best course of action for the Southern District at this time is to just go ahead and resolve the matter of the reimbursement through the GACD board again, and then we'll go ahead and return the funding in which was reimbursed to us for covering all of the expenses associated with the grant activities. We were reimbursed an amount of $27,227. Of that, we reimbursed the Northern District the amount of $3,139.48. So we'll go ahead and request from the Northern District to reimburse as well for or to return their share that was reimbursed for the grant activities. And then the GACD board will further meet and conduct action to
Yeah, resolve the total
resolve
thing.
and ratify.
The reason was because that we kind of like froze that
Right.
all activity on the GACD side, so. But yeah, I think this is the best way to just get this thing done, get everything in order and then move on.
Yeah,
So if you guys can approve that, for motion to,
I would go ahead and make that motion for Southern Guam District to return the TA 2020 funds to GACD in the amount of $27,227 and $3,139.18, which is to be requested from the Northern District for grant activities.
I second.
okay, without objection, so thank you. We want to get away
I
from that
agree.
already. Okay, moving on to NACD, Technical Assistant Grant 2024. Erica, you wanna?
Yes, so BIBA again, we were fully awarded the 160,000 and some change from NACD for the TA 2024 grant. It's awesome how much we were able to get. I think we were awarded about triple, I want to say, from our previous requests. But yeah, the next step is that we need to accept the award, and then NACD would draft the MOA. And then when they draft the MOA, we just need to submit a plan of action. So this grant is about a 12-month activity period. There is option to extend if needed, but usually the TA grants run for about a year. The last time we met or spoke about the TA grant in its initial application was whether or not we were going to run, or whether we were going to run the funding through RCOG or the College of Natural and Applied Sciences, since CNAS is also they're taking on a lot more of their grant management. So I did ask Mark what would be the requirements. Mark did inform me today that Dr. Rachel Leon Guerrero gave the go-ahead for CNAS to take on the management of the grant, and Mark would be the PI, if you will. I did ask Mark if the Southern District, if we can ensure that the Southern District is included as part of the MOA, being that the MOA also needs to be in the University of Guam's name with NACD. Mark did say that the South can definitely be part of that, and that I'd also request to be the co-PI if allowed under this grant. So we just, as a board, need to determine if we want CNAS to manage the grant so we can hire employees and procure supplies and whatnot, or not, or
So-
RCOG, which
So
Dr.
Erica, what is the the fees, I guess, or whatever, what did you call it, their
Indirect cost.
administration? of-
Yes. So
Is
it's
it the
16%.
same as RCOG?
RCOG, I believe, is 15%, and then CNAS is 16%. And that fee was already written into the grant, that 16% fee
Okay,
for grant management.
so on my thing here is that at least going through CNAS, we are getting that recognition that I think we deserve, being that it was our grant. You know,
Right.
just like previous one under RCOG, they didn't even mention us. We like handed it to them and they're, you know, so I think
Right.
this is better for us because at least it shows our efforts and, you know, recognizes us in that regard, so. I think that will work better. And then Erica's gonna be right there, right?
Yes.
Right.
So,
Mark.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Erica and Mark, yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
I'm glad Mark is able to be the PI, because I think that was kind of also another question, whether he can actually be the one sponsoring the grant. So he did get that approval, and you're right, we're diversifying the way we work with the UOG. And I think the indirect costs, it really just goes back to helping and supporting UOG CNAS overall. And
no.
that
Which
includes our red.
that should, satisfy Dr. Barber's, issues about us being here.
Yeah.
So we'll show him that we're bringing things into this, college here and, you know, so. He should be good with that. Well, good job on that, Erica. So, yeah, we need that motion.
I make a motion for the board to approve the award and grant management through UOG CNAS as Mark Acosta as the PI and Erica as co-PI.
Second.
Okay. No other comments? We're good? Okay, without objection, so moved. Good job.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to D, the Gita. I just kind of saw this, I think, today, right?
Yeah.
That was you, Yvonne?
No, I
Who was
didn't
it?
send that. Erica sent it.
Oh, yeah, that's right here.
Yeah, so just really quickly, there is an opportunity to apply for grant funding through GITA under their qualifying community grant program. It's the max award is 25,000. I think we should just try to put in for it. I did draft up a proposal in which really it's to develop some how-to videos, more so focused on conservation practices, highlighting the Chamorro culture and our language. That was one of the requirements of the grant, is focusing on heritage. Public safety is one of them. A lot of the other areas include like medical, but for us as it relates, it's definitely highlighting the heritage and higher education. So I'm hoping that we can possibly use this grant to support even the educator symposium. I'll have to get more information on when the funding would be approved to see if it would be released and announced before the conference. But yes, and then also possibly partnering with the Harao, Chief Harao, is it Chief Harao, the Harao Charter School, to develop a school garden in which we can use as a demonstration site. Put that all in Chamorro or bilingual, and then even maybe focus on the feral swine. But I sent the proposal. It'll be great if I had another director to kind of help put this proposal together, Director Abad. And And we'll see if we can,
I was gonna say director to Kai, because he's familiar with his school garden and what might be
Yeah.
useful in that, but yeah, somebody.
We can connect with him too on the
Yeah.
aspect. For the school garden.
We'll volunteer in.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I can, we'll go over it later, but KUAM, I know we talked about the Joint Chief Landscape Restoration, project, and working with KUAM to develop some sort of public service announcement. So they were able to give us a quick draft in which we can review together. But yeah, putting out some more video content like that, just to share with the community. So,
Okay, so we need a motion to move forward on this.
Oh, I will make the motion for the approval to move forward with pursuing the Gita QCC Series 7 grant opportunity in the amount of $25,000.
I second.
Okay, thank you. So without objection. So move. Wow.
Wait,
They're doing
And
I'm
good.
I can
excited.
work-
It's gonna be really nice.
Yeah,
and I'll just
So-
work with Director Vaughn, right?
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
perfect, thank you. So going to item E, conservation associate positions. Erica, you wanna elaborate on this before we,
Sure. I did send out an email to all of the board directors noting the recommendation from the interview committee, or provided by the interview committee, regarding the conservation associate position. So we held interviews on December 26th. We interviewed 4 individuals, and the committee is recommending to hire 2 individuals for the position. But being that we previously decided on only hiring 1 conservation associate at part-time, we can definitely adjust to hire 2 part-time positions. These 2 candidates were really great. They did well in their interview. They met the minimum requirements. And this would kind of give us a chance to see how they adjust well into the district. And we can always transfer them under different funding sources. But as of right now, we'll recruit them if the board approves under the general fund, in which we do have funding allocated for under salaries and benefits. And then we will discuss more during the executive session on who the 2 hires would be.
okay?
Yeah.
So, we have a motion for the 2 part-time staffers.
I make a motion for the board to approve the 2 part-time staffers for the conservation associate position.
Second,
Okay. Any other input, Erica? Do we need anything else there? We will
Yes.
discuss further in the executive board.
Yes, just to note that we are reallocating the salary budget, the budget for salaries for this full-time position. If we also have the option, once the employees are settled in, that we can transfer them over into one of the positions under the TA grant. And then, yes, we'll discuss further the 2 hires during executive session.
Okay. No other comments, right? So without objection, so move. Thank you. I think these 2 individuals they really look good for us, so hopefully it pans out. We'll see about it. Okay, moving on to item number 9, collateral boards and committees. Number one, the A is Southern Guam Feral Swine Committee.
Okay, we'll go ahead and defer to Jara.
Thanks, Erica. Yeah, so we had a very productive, long meeting on Monday. And our COG was present. The acting executive director, Mike Connor, and Danica was present, and that's very important because they will be administering the funds to the farmers once the project's implemented. And also Jay from NRCS was present. And so we had a lot of our questions answered, but also realized we needed one big clarification on who on the certification process for the funds before the funds are dispersed. So it's very important that our COG receives that certification before they disperse the funds. And so the next step is to meet with the PIA Rangeland Conservationist, Miss Jill, Pick, I forgot her last name, but, yes, she is the Conservation Rangeland Officer, and we will be meeting, the committee will be meeting with her as well as the director, PIA Director JB Martin, to discuss his memo
Right.
in further detail, because the memo was a little bit vague, and we just want to discuss with him in the context of our project a little bit more, so we can really move forward on knowing how to submit the proper evidence for the certification of these fences before the funds can be dispersed. I wanted to settle on a date of the, project implementation rollout. No, final date was set, but everybody did agree that we should roll it out as soon as possible due to the very real scenario that we may have to order materials from off island. And as soon as we get people applying, it allows us more time to wait and to make sure we get those fences installed within the time frame of the project. So that's where we're at. John did update earlier that, Jay is helping with us getting certified not certified, but training to do the CPA 52 to help NRCS with the capacity. I set a meeting, I'm trying to schedule a meeting with Jill for next week, and we're going to review the CPA 52 materials next week as well. I hope to send the board the guidelines and hopefully the outreach plan for next month's board meeting for approval. That's the goal. And then we can really start the project officially. Lastly, I'll just say that I just submitted the quarter report for October to December, so that's all squared away. I'll send you guys what I submitted later this week. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Reaction. Okay. Is there anything, Erica, you wanted to put in there? Evan?
No, I definitely think Jara covered it. Yeah, I just thank you, Jara, for all of your efforts. We were actually talking about how tedious this process is, but I like the way Jara put it. We have to go through this so we can minimize the risks. Jara, I'm not sure if you wanted to bring up at this point the potential pilot, or were we gonna do away with that and just move forward?
I didn't want to bring it up yet. I know after the meeting, I had a very quick debrief with Dr. Dula, and he just said that we should open it up. But realistically, not expect everybody to go through the full process. We do have 8 farmers with farm and tract numbers, and realistically, we can expect them to kind of go through the entire project, but to still open it up to all the farmers, but with the realistic expectation that not all of them may reach to the
Yeah.
end of the project. So there was no final say on what way to go. I'll talk to Dr. Dula again and a little bit more thoroughly to just make sure that's the route that he wants to go.
Yeah, so Chairman, I guess what the ask was during the last committee meeting was technically we can start right now. But because
Mhm.
there's so much uncertainty, especially with the pending responses from NRCS, but yeah, so it's kind of recommended to see maybe we wanted to start with the small group and kind of work it, but of course we just don't want to leave out or make it seem like we're leaving out any of our
Yeah, but at
members.
least we're kind of like getting our feet wet with
Yeah.
this thing, so kind of moving it along a little bit until we know more, right?
There's also the proposal to start cycle 1 and cycle 2. Perhaps we can have a side conversation about that with, Joe Takaro and Glenn to see what they think. If cycle 1 and cycle 2, cycle 1 would just be the farmers with the farm and track numbers already, and cycle 2 would open it up to everyone. So that's also something we can discuss on this side later. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I mean, we just want to keep it going, right?
Yeah.
Get it moving, start putting something on the ground for the farmers have been waiting for that, so,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
good. Okay, moving on to B, the NACD boards and committees. Invasive species RPG. We have another meeting coming up, but Erica, I mentioned this, the PSA,
Yes.
you wanna talk about that? You did reach out, right?
So basically, Caleb, we did send that email to Wesley, the staffer that oversees the invasive species with the NACD invasive species group. Caleb responded. He noted that they're just looking for something from, I guess, the various districts and regions to put out a message on invasive species to showcase during the National Invasive Species Awareness Week. So maybe we can work with them or kind of start developing some sort of PSA to highlight Guam and our invasive species issues. I think Chairman did the PSA last year, focused on feral swine. So is this something we want to pursue? And if so, great that we have John on board to help us with that.
So what's gonna be the focus on this one, Erica? Like,
I really, well, they didn't have any specific themes. Caleb didn't have any specific themes, but I did like your idea, Mr. Chair, about kind of just highlighting invasive species in general. Just, Guam has a major issue with invasive species at the port, with the feral swine, just marine and also vegetative. So just highlighting all those different aspects, I think would be critical. And yeah. I don't know, Chad, do you have any input?
Oh, yeah, I think that's a
Non-biased.
good idea. I'll tell you, I actually just gave a presentation in Saipan on invasive species to the HOSTOSCOM conference, which is the stevedores and the
yeah.
shippers. They had a big conference all over Micronesia. And we got asked it's a little bit out of our expertise because we're mostly concentrate on snakes when it comes to invasive species, where now some of the bigger invasive species things are the rhino beetle and some of the other invertebrates. That's really not what we do. We just do vertebrates. So we're snakes and pigs.
Yeah.
But I was happy to sort of oblige them. And so I did actually present a general presentation on invasive species to that group. And it was really well received to those guys because it just more of an awareness kind of thing. And just, there's a lot of great general information out there that could be presented to people to give general awareness, you know, if you
Yeah.
see something, there's things,
Yeah.
all of us are out there looking in the ground and seeing things and people should just know, you know, if this
Yeah,
doesn't
not
look right,
realizing,
you know,
right?
report it. So just having those kinds of things where you're like, if you see this, you know, report it. Here are the numbers. Here are the people you need to talk to. We only have a little small piece of that pie, being the vertebrate stuff, but we're all in this together when it comes to invasive species. So I think that's a good idea, Erica. I mean, it captures all. We'd obviously be happy to do our part on the vertebrate stuff, and if you lean hard enough on me, you know, I could even do like what I did for those guys and include some of that stuff, because there's some really neat information out there about, I mean, it's just amazing how much money an invasive species can cost. So I did some generic things, you know, and so it's, and Guam is an invasive species disaster.
That's actually
as we
a
all know.
good thing to mention about the cost of that,
Cost
right?
is, yeah, so I've actually already got a little, generic
Especially for a
presentation.
Highland, right, you know.
yeah. But I wasn't here when you guys did feral swine last year, right? You know, I mean, I knew you guys did some of that, but, yeah, I think that's a good idea to roll in more of the other stuff, 'cause that's
Okay.
all very important.
I have something quick to add to that because I just came from the biosecurity training, and
Yeah.
so obviously it's under invasive species, but if we can work with Dr. Dula on this as well. Because how this affects farmers is from you know, there's so many insects and they may not be able to identify some of those on their property as well as plants. And so if farmers were aware of the type of plants that were invasive and they can report it out to someone, we could also do a PSA for that. Like, okay, if a farmer sees it on their ranch, what do they do? What are their steps? And then how can that be, what's the process to mitigate against that? So that's just something that I learned at the workshop today.
And I'll add to that too. I mean, this one slide that I made that I found it talking about the cost. I mean, early detection is the key. I mean, if
Right.
you look at, you know, when something shows up, the cost of fixing that problem is pretty low. The longer it's here, the higher the cost. And so early detection happens when people are aware. So I mean,
I
that's
think
why these
that
awareness
happens a lot
programs.
to, like the rhino beetle, the fire ants.
Right,
Those
right.
kind of things,
Yeah.
they knew it early on and,
And
I guess it
people
wasn't
even-
addressed properly and it got worse.
And it's all gonna cost us all a lot
Yeah.
more money now that when it becomes bigger,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so Erica, we'll just, work on that. When is that, has to be done or submitted?
Well, let me just see really quick when the NISA is, and that would, I think it's like usually the end of February. February 24th through the 28th is when the National Invasive Species Awareness Week is. So I'd assume having that ready before then for NACD. But
So
I'll
this-
coordinate further.
It's nationwide.
Damn it. What are the dates again? I think I'm gonna be gone. February what?
February, February 24th through the 28th.
Okay,
That's when it needs to be submitted.
submitted. That's not when that's not when it is. Okay, all right. Cause I think I'm actually committed to go to a African swine fever training that same week in Texas.
Okay.
But I could certainly be willing to help out prior to that, and I'll be here. I'm almost positive I'm gonna be gone that
I
week.
think I'll be in Samoa there.
Okay.
So
Okay,
no worries, I think we can get it done before, we'd have to get the video done before then. So
yep.
we'll coordinate. Thanks, Chad. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Erica. Moving on to Guam Soil Water Conservation District Working Group.
I can report out on this. So The committee met on Friday, January 3rd, and, it was myself, Director Martha and Director Tommy from the North, as well as two Northern staff, Savannah and Jen. So, we had the meeting from 4 to 5, so thank you again, Erica, for your guidance on this. So our approach for updating this is basically we're going to keep the original form of the document itself and then add amendments to it. So, Erica just need a template. So each district is going to utilize this blank template to align with the current long-range plan. And so each district, they're gonna indicate how each of their projects align with certain goals and objectives. And I gave an example, for example, the Southern District, we have the soil health program. And the long-range plan alignment would be goal 1.1, objective 1.1. And then those outcomes. So, the committee members agreed that, or were presenting that we would recommend doing the working group, during stewardship week earlier on, because we have re-elections coming up in August and we want to be able to showcase what the current board is working on. So that's looking like April 27th through May 4th. And then the next committee meeting is for Friday, January 24th. And so we're looking at a 3-week span to continue to meet with committee members. So this is not a closed committee, by the way. So if you want to attend the next one, or if you have something to add, any recommendations, please feel free. I believe that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Yvonne. And then, so the district office, there was no updates on that, Erica?
No updates. I did attend the Northern District's meeting in which I think they're going to propose possibly office space outside of EOG. But other than that, we haven't heard any further updates. I'll work with Dr. Dula to see what our next step is on our end. But I think we've already noted during the last board meeting that we want to prioritize getting the space, our current space together and
Yeah.
up to.
Okay. Thank you for that. So we'll just move on for now to the poster contest.
That's me.
How come you always get the fun one?
Cause I volunteer for the fun stuff. Gotta think ahead. So the theme for last year's poster contest was May the Forest Be With You, and the deadline to submit the entry to represent the island was, I believe, December 3rd or somewhere in the first week of December. We did hold the contest and it was open to all grade levels, and we actually had 4 categories: kinder and first, 2nd to 5th, middle school and high school. We were able to get 34 entries, but they were all within the category of 2nd to 5th grade. And out of that, the winner was announced just like about first week of January, I think, but her name is Christine Jane Caballero from Machinano Elementary School. And so her winning poster has already been submitted to the NACD, and they will be announcing the national winner during our conference. Thank you to Ms. Maddie for representing Southern Guam up at Machinano for the award ceremony. And thank you for Southern Guam for participating and helping to donate the money prize for that competition.
Yeah, that was good. I saw the article and you and Erica had good comments.
Yes, thank you, sir.
So-
And yes, and just like what I said in my comments, we are looking forward to again participating. It was the first time that Guam participated in that contest. And we would like to continue to do that. And so we look forward, and I'm thinking that this year we can start earlier and hopefully really get a better participation from throughout the entire island and all the grade levels. Actually, though, this year we're thinking we're gonna go into the essay competition. Right, Erica?
Yeah, yeah, grassroots advocacy, promoting that, having our own contests, maybe our own Southern specific contest, just because it might be easier to coordinate
Yeah.
that way, but
Sure.
And this year's theme is home is where the habitat is, or something like that. Home, right? Home is where the habitat is, yeah. So. Thank you, that's.
So good job on that. I know this was the first time
Mhm.
happening and very short notice too, right? So it was, I'm glad you guys, we got that off the ground and we're submitting somebody to the national contest, so that's great. Another first for.
Yeah.
Okay, on to GACD accounts. Erica, we don't really have any updates on that, right? Devin?
no updates. This is with Director Marty. We haven't heard back on a new date with the Northern District. We did receive meeting notes in which we submitted corrections to the
Mhm.
notes for clarity
Mhm.
and accuracy.
Yeah.
On our end. So yeah, there's no updates.
Okay. And then on also the SWCD mandates.
Same, no further updates at this time. I think what needs to happen and what's pending is just calling a meeting with the GACD, because I think really both working groups are just focused on the way forward in dealing with GACD.
Okay, so we'll just move on. Elections, Glenn Takai's not here and Mark Acosta is not here, so no updates there yet.
No,
And-
but again, I did attend the Northern's meeting and they appointed Director Norma to the election working group.
Ben's now in the meeting, guys.
Oh.
I didn't notice, I was trying to get him for a while, sorry about that. But she's in now,
Okay,
okay.
okay, that's it, right, Erica? Just that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll move to H, Guam Watershed Planning Committee. Yvonne?
Yeah. Oh, John, you also attended that? The Watershed Planning Committee, kind of drawing a blank, but I do know that not many partners showed up. A lot of missing partners, including DPW, Guam EPA. This is a co-led planning committee with BSP as well as with Guam EPA. So Margaret, Aguilar was there. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. John, do you remember what they discussed? In the planning?
Gosh, yeah, I came in late, I didn't get
Yeah.
that email until, I guess it was the time change, I think, I came in late, cause it was like the tail end of.
I can get the meeting minutes from that, from BSP. Christian reached out to me to ask me, a question, but, I can get the meeting minutes to that. I think for now, what they are working toward are, different projects, especially down south with, the, hydrology in the rivers and the mitigation for flooding down there. So they're working with Army Corps of Engineers, so Mike Talahi, and so they have various projects down south for flooding and addressing that. But more to come. I'll send the minutes out.
All right, thank you. Move on to Guam Invasive Species Committee. So I guess our meeting is tomorrow.
Mm.
So we'll just,
We'll learn more.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this was another date change from the original, but I believe the meeting is at 9:30
Yeah,
tomorrow at the Guam Trades Academy. Let me just double check. for
It is
you.
busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chairman, you'll be representing the South?
Yes, well, Glenn actually is, but yes.
He,
Oh, no,
no, he actually asked if you can attend. I think he's unable to.
Oh,
Go on,
Oh,
yeah,
Ben?
Dr. Lee.
okay, well, yeah, I do plan to attend. Yeah, yeah.
So we
Actually,
did.
sorry,
Mhm.
but can we go back to H? I do
Oh.
remember one thing. One thing to note that affects the Southern District, actually the districts in general. So, they do plan on updating the watershed planning committee, and that includes, 30 mandates. And as a partner, the districts are listed, the soil and water conservation districts are listed there. So when the update does go into effect, it is very important for us to be a part of that discussion and ensure that we are in that executive order when they do update it. So I just wanted to make note of that this is a committee that we should always be attending and to ensure that we're always receiving the invitation. for.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll move to J, USDA, NRCS, the stack, so. Is that the meeting date there, Erica, for that?
Yes, this is Guam time. So we've been in communication with Corey. I've already spoke with Chairman Joe Sif from the North, with the proposal of alternating representatives for Guam. So we did inform that Director Glenn Takai and Director Yvonne will represent at the upcoming stack. I think Director Glenn, though, might be off island. So Director Yvonne at this time can go ahead and sit in for Director Glenn. Of course, this meeting is open, though, to everyone. I believe Corey, or it's a public meeting. Corey did note that they're trying to change up the structure or just in how they conduct the stack for more efficiency. So I look forward to the meeting and just the outcomes of it, just because the stack has been inactive for a while. But the local working group, which is why Director Yvonne, you're really key in representing, being that you're leading the long range plan and local working group this year. Congratulations.
I don't know if it's off island or is this something we can do?
Oh,
When he gets back.
yes, yeah, I think there's 2 meetings a year in which, according to Corey, will really require maybe a couple of hours out of your time, but they're not meant to go over 3 hours or so. But yeah, the first meeting is at the end of the month, and just let me know if you need any assistance in that. I believe Director Glenn, though, will be receiving the information. So we'll be sure to coordinate with him.
Well, can we go ahead and recognize that we have another gentleman is with us,
Oh, yeah.
joining us in the meeting?
I thought I said earlier.
Did I miss it?
Oh, yeah.
Gentleman joined us.
Okay, sorry, I missed it. I missed it. Okay. Half a day, Jen.
Hi.
Sorry, sir.
No, that's okay, that's fine. Okay, moving on to 10, our board correspondence.
Okay, I was able to coordinate with the University of Guam, and our official budget is due by January 17th, but we've already approved our budget, so it's all of a matter of just sending it in before then. We covered already the USDA stack, and then the invites for the action planning session was distributed already to our members. So thank you, Director Vaughn and Jara and John and Maddie for all of your input. I think we're gonna try to meet tomorrow to further coordinate the action planning session. So everyone, make sure you're there, January 30th. 10 a.m. is the board meeting, and we're gonna run till noon, and then we'll have a lunch break before the session, but during the lunch, we're gonna do our soft launch of our website, our new and improved website. And then we'll get into the rest of the program after that with some networking at the end. Director Vaughn, did you want to add anything to that? And
Thank you,
also,
It was a really good action planning session. So Erica, thank you for taking the lead, and we had really great feedback from Jira and Maddie. And so really excited for the soft launch of the website. This is looking to be a really fun planning session. Chad, are you gonna?
I was planning that, yeah.
So- And
Now you-
Planning to plan.
I'm planning to plan.
the menu and everything, so, yeah, I'm just really excited about it.
I did have a question. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
In the afternoon, there's time for partner updates or something? Is that, did I see on the draft agenda? Am I seeing that correctly?
It's a
yeah,
meeting, right?
yes. So from 10 to 12, it's going to be our regular board meeting with partners. And
Okay,
usually that's when we'd hear from all of our partners, their updates and program. Yeah,
that
program.
includes me.
That includes you. You're actually our
Still
very
learning.
important.
Be ready. Be ready, have
Wanna make
have
you
an
go first?
So the partner update, then how much time do they usually have? I mean, what, do I have 10 minutes or?
Well, we haven't been like really strict on time because, you know, as long as you're submitting your whatever reports or anything that you need to bring up, then we accommodate that time.
Will it be in a, I mean, would I be able to do a PowerPoint? Like a 10-minute, just to
At
give an
that-
update if I can get one together?
Erica, will we have that ability at that?
Actually, for this specific partner meeting, thank you for that, Chad. That actually sounds like a great idea. For this specific partner meeting, depending on how many partners RSVP or whatnot, but we might have specific prompts for you, for all of the partners to answer beforehand, and then yeah, you can add your additional input.
Okay.
So at the PowerPoint might not be, but we can definitely schedule with you to do a PowerPoint at some point in our future meetings if
Yep,
it
okay.
doesn't work out this time.
Sure, yeah, I plan on, I don't have a PowerPoint yet, but I plan on having one. I'd like to do, I'd like to take some of the data that we've collected over time that we've partnered and just try to present things to everybody in a little different way. And,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm kind of new to this, so I kind of want to, just present my,
Yeah, that sounds good.
yeah. So I'm looking for the right time and place for that. So
Okay.
just keep that in mind for me. If it's not here, then
Okay.
whenever. Yep.
Usually that would be the partners meeting is the
Okay.
one where that would be a good, because the partners would also be there.
Okay,
in that too,
okay.
so.
We can do that.
Okay. Where are we at? So we're on now 11 public comments. Do we have any, Chad, is there anything else you wanted to add to?
You're kicking me out here in a second, right? Yeah, okay. I'm the only public guy here. I make one announcement. I just want to say, like Chairman said, we got to talk a little bit offline the other day, and I expressed to him that I wanted to try to come to as many board meetings as I could, just to learn more about what you guys do and all the other things that you do, so that I can sort of expedite my learning of the district and hopefully tailor, our program to to the best way that I can to suit you guys' needs. And so the more I learn about what you guys want to do, the better I think I can serve you.
Okay.
And time flies. I mean, I know they say this is island time, but those partner meetings just are kind of spread apart. And so I figure if I can slip into as many of these as I can to help learn, it would be good for me. Also give me a little bit of time for you guys to get to know me a little bit more too. But yeah, that was my request. And so I'm hoping, because unfortunately, feral swine is only about a quarter of what I do. I do a lot of brown tree snake stuff. I do a lot of stuff, wildlife hazard management on airport stuff. Feral pigs is my favorite thing to deal with though. So, but I have a lot of other obligations. I have a lot of other meetings and so I don't want to miss one of those partner meetings. I may. And so if I can come to as many of these as I can, yeah, I may miss a meeting because I've got so many other obligations. So when I can make it and show my face, I'd like to.
Well, like I told you, you're more than welcome there. Yes, John?
Yes, sorry, I mean, if it's also an option, you could zoom in, I mean, if you can't make it, if you ever wanted to.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm an in your face kind of guy, but.
Okay,
But
but
yeah, so the reason why we have two separate meetings, right? Our regular board and then the partners, because it was taking a lot of
Oh,
time.
I can sure
Yeah,
imagine.
so we broke it into two separate monthly meetings, but with the partners, because they also go to the northern side for their partner meeting, so we we decided that we'll alternate every other month. They would have a partner meeting.
Right.
So, yeah, that might be a little bit far in between, right? So, like I told you the other day, you're more than welcome to come here in our regular board meetings,
Yeah, I appreciate the
Anything.
invite and I'll try to, cause I mean, I did learn a lot tonight, just
Yeah.
listening to, you guys got a lot of stuff going on and so I understand, Feral pigs is a small part of it and, so.
Well, I'll give you a call though when we're ready to do the trapping down there, so you can at least come out and see that if you want.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I do have some data for you, Erica. I was able to scratch out those numbers today from Charlene and like I said, I will be doing a better job on providing regular updates on where we're working and when we're working and all we're doing. So I think I've got some interesting information for you guys to share. I think you'll like it. So,
Sounds good.
all right.
Are you replacing Charlene?
Yes, I did, basically. We did a shuffling of duties. So, I mean, Charlene's still here. We
Yeah,
just,
she's still around.
Also, just.
yeah, so I had primary duties on the airport here in Guam, and so that took a lot of my time too. And we have a new predator control program that on Navy base that Charlene took over. And so Buck and Aaron sort of decided to do a little shuffle. It was a perfect fit for me because I have a lot of feral swine experience in my
Yeah.
career. And so I was happy to take it on. And so, yeah, I officially started in October, but it's taken a little while to kind of transition over. So I'll be your official feral pig guy from here on. So, all right, I'll leave you for your executive session. Thanks again for the invite.
Thanks for coming.
You betcha.
So, thanks, Chad.
Yep, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Jenilyn, did you wanna have something, do you have a comments or anything you wanna say?
Announcement?
No, I think everything's good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good
Oh,
day.
wait,
Have a good evening.
wait. I have one question. Are you guys or will the Southern District be attending what is that one? The spring fly-in this year?
The what? Spring flying.
Yes,
In March,
spring
right?
fly-in.
Is that in March?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, being the executive board, I do go to that. I do attend that.
Okay, one of the things we wanted to present, because I don't know if the Northern District will be attending. I would have to bring it up to the board, but it was something that was brought up today or yesterday, I believe, when I spoke with the USDA invasive species coordinator, Mr. Phil. They're very interested in us. I offered that the Guam Soil and Water Conservation Districts are able to advocate for these invasive species issues towards the Farm Bill and what we can change in the CFR. One of the options was bringing up the soil importation of soils that, Roland and, his other colleagues have written, the white paper on the, that white paper on the soil and invasive species, and possibly to bring that up to, that session. Just
Well, if you
wanted
want,
to give something to think about.
if you want, we can talk about that at prior to that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can explain a little bit more about how
Yeah.
that,
This is the one she
fly-in
was-
thing
Okay.
works.
And then hers is.
Yes, please, yeah, because I know I'm unaware of how that works, but I thought I'd offer, because I know we do, the districts go
Okay.
through the NACD through that. But thank you.
Okay, thank you too. We're gonna be doing an executive session now, so.
Yes, yes. Bye.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks,
Before
Jen.
we go into executive session, can I do it?
Yes.